Hi all, and we are back! Pokemon Sword. Hope you guys are ready for them Dynamax adventures that I promised you yesterday. Sorry it took me so long to get to the screen, but been prepping the entire time. You know, anxiety. It's like, people! And I'm like, shh! Quiet. Pokemon is happening. So, yeah. Here I am. Yeah. Up, ready to go. Slept in a little bit late, that's why I'm starting a little bit later than I did yesterday. I'm not even sure anymore. But anyway, hopefully you guys are doing wonderful today. I'm in a little bit of pain today, so if I randomly just like or wince or something, I slept wrong. Slept really hard though. Alright, let's get to it. Dynamax adventure. Yes, please. Oh, look, here's my problem. So I have my desk sits about right here, right? My TV sits about down here. I have a 50-inch TV, so it cuts off all the words that I'm trying to read. Anything is fine. Let's see what we get for a rando. I like Dynamax Adventures. And since, you know, our stuff went up, I'll take the normal cannon. He's a safe bet. And explode. Explode is typically not that much of a he's not a glass cannon. Pretty tanky. But no. Is that the berry? Okay. So yeah, I decided I was gonna do some Dynamax adventures today. I think I promised Dulio yesterday. Going to it. I'm not sure. I know I mentioned it at the point. One of my favorite things that I like to do when I'm going through these is, first off, thinking about how the types that we are going along may better your party against the one at the end. Another thing that I like to think about when I'm doing Dynamax Adventures is, if it's a Pokemon that I want any of my teammates to possibly get and ruin my party. So, if it will literally affect me negatively, I avoid those Pokemon. I've only lost like 4 or 5 of these. I have tons of them so far. I do. But mostly I just like doing these for fun. Because energetic, Electabuzz. Not a bad. This one got one hit though. This is like my go-to drink first thing in the morning. It's the only coffee I have. Easy on my stomach. Not really much. Yeah, you see what I mean? You have to be, Fairy type. Ice is always a good one to have. There we'll go. Air tip. Oh, how cute. Very effective. That giant thing. Pink Togetic. Okay. Our little one's being himself, huh? T. Underuse my bit. Bitches, dude. I haven't worn this shirt in a while. It might. Again. Wouldn't be surprised. I have a bunch of these. Like, I have like 5 Legend of Zelda shirts, like 15 from T-Turtle. I like, yeah, gamer style of shirt. My thing. I actually have one that is bird print. Got from Turtle. Every time I look at it. Yeah, I'm about like that. Go with that. That bear tip. Nice. Coolest thing. Tiger. The only reason I remember that was because that was one of the ones we had to get. At the end, again, thank you guys so much for yesterday. I mean, that was epic. Definitely epic sauce. So, yeah. A lot of fun. But I'm kind of like bleh this morning because, well, it's not really morning anymore, but for me it's kind of morning because I didn't go to bed until 3 o'clock in the morning my time. So I just still take a shower and everything else. Hoping I took my medication. I did not want it. Abs! Do you remember if I've taken my meds this morning or not? Did I just take some before I started?
You don't take that out? Have it.
I'll still be fighting. I gotta turn off my camera so I can take my meds. Sorry guys. Just this camera is what I'm talking about. This one right here. I have to turn it off because I want someone to be like, she's doing drugs on the camera. No, I'm taking medicine. Right. Blizzard. I'm still gonna be here where you can actually hear me though, but I'm just gotta take my medicine and stuff like that. And then for those of you who don't know, hi. I'm known as the Silver Moon Chick, obviously, but I go by Aki Silver. Just don't call me late for dinner. You can call me what you want, just don't call me late for dinner. Or anything rude, please. Nothing rude. Anyway. But yeah, I've got high functioning autism, and I've got MS. That's part of the reason I'm taking my meds right now. Because if I don't, I get sicker than I already am. I love you too. Me. Weird. But, give me a moment. Alrighty, which one do we got? I know it's probably one of the Tapus. Oh shit! Sorry. Whoa. He is not who I expected to be standing there. Xerneas.
Xerneas.
X and Y?
Oh.
The deer? Yeah, buddy. Yep. Ah, okay. I don't know which one you're talking about. Let's just do a frost breath for the moment. What was I doing? Oh right, I took my meds. Did that. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. For those of you who don't know, I use I don't mind telling you guys what I use. I use basically the strongest things that I use are I have 2 inhalers that I have to use for my asthma and my lung issue. I have anti-allergy meds. I take Tylenol practically every day to keep my inflammation down because they don't have a medicine that works better with me than Tylenol. And then I use cannabis to treat my pain. That's why I turn off the camera. Nobody can say that I'm doing anything or taking a bunch of medications. I have a very specific balance that I have to maintain every day at least. Functional. Nobody likes being bedridden, just saying. So, in order to avoid that, I have a very specific balance. I'm trying to make it work with my stream, so without, you know, because it's not legal everywhere, anything like that. Oh, they're watching this or they're watching that. No, I'm just gonna avoid that problem for you guys altogether. Okay. It also, you know, removes that from me. I can talk about it, but I'm not going to show it. Out of respect, not only for myself, but some of you could be just saying, watching me at work. I get it. You're working office job. And the last thing you want is your boss walking by while somebody's smoking a joint or something. Just saying. I can understand that, and I'm gonna respect that. make sure, you know, thinking out for you guys too. Kind of person that I am. I know that there are consequences to every action and reactions to every, basically, consequence. So I try and think of, you know, what it would be like to be in your guys' shoes. I even spent some time being in your guys' shoes to figure that out. And I realized that there are a lot of people that watch streams from work. And I mean a lot. So, hey, look what we got. I think if I can catch it, but I can release it right and catch it again if it's not shiny. I think that's how it goes. Not sure. But if it's not shiny, I'm probably gonna release it. Oh yeah, because it told me that I can find out where Zapdos is in the layer again. And I didn't want to find it. I think it goes back into like the pool of what it can be. You know, another chance for a shiny. Xerneas! Let's check these summaries. Airtick. Doom. Hold on a second. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Is this a shiny Xerneas? Somebody tell me, is this a shiny Xerneas? Is that what I'm looking at right now? I need Cerebi. Where's the Cerebi net? Cerebi. No, this is the normal one. Okay. Think? Evolutionary chain, neutral mode and active mode. I'm so confused. Oh, okay, so there's the black and the white one. Okay, so because it has the black on it, it's not the shiny one. Gotcha. I can, oh yeah, and it doesn't have the shiny mark. Duh! Okay, so I almost just took the wrong Xerneas. Come on, Beartick. We're gonna go somewhere. Leave these fools behind. I literally almost just had a heart attack. I was like, is this a shiny Xerneas? Because it did not look like the one that I'm used to. It's so blue, though. Really want it because it's so blue. Lunala? Paired with Pokemon Home or Snap. I've got to complete some of these 3DS Pokemon games and some of my original Pokemon games with you guys. I think you guys would have a blast. But what is... Oh, okay, I get it. Changes to active mode. So this is neutral mode. So its shiny version looks white. Got it. Okay.
Huh?
I'm like, I can recognize the old school shinies. I know all of those. Like, give me anything from... hell... Pokemon Platinum and all the way back. I've memorized all of those guys, but a lot of the newer generation stuff I haven't memorized yet. So this is all new to me. Yes, we're gonna take Beartick with me. Because I ain't taking that Xerneas unless it's a shiny. Might have caught it, but still. Oh, we're not gonna give Beartick a nickname. I just wanted to see what gender it was again. Female. Sad face. Well, this is like the new. Find it later. Like to embark on a Dynamax adventure. Yes, I would. What would I like to set up today? Anything is fine. Now, if I memorize something, I wonder if it changes your getting a shiny. Oh, no. Paragon. That was easy. Aw! Better take it. Somebody take it! Oh, creamies! What are we fighting now? A fire type? Have ice type? I don't know, guys. I think after this I might. I think I told you guys this last night. I'll be turning on and off my stream today when I switch games and stuff, because yesterday it streamed every. No, it was the day before. Streams everything as one large segment. Starting to lose track on my days. Ah! I'm kidding. But yeah. Oh no, I forgot. I'll be doing two things at once real quick, guys. Got to turn on my Discord. I do have a Discord now, I just haven't posted it quite yet. So, let's see here. Hello, Basti204. How are you today? Sorry, doing several things at once right now. Trying to get this to work. Micro size that, go back here, close that. Back to you guys. Man. Juggle, 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 I'm not even kidding. Good without it. Tired. I think I went... Lord, I don't even know anymore how many hours we went yesterday for my stream. I went 3, 5, and then 3. I think we counted it up as 11 hours of streaming yesterday, just so that we could fill the Pokedex to get the shiny charm, which we did. I was so happy. I couldn't have done it without you guys. I just switched my poison, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna switch rock anyway. But yeah, we're not doing much. Just doing some Dynamax adventures. Seems like fun. Trying to chill out, relax, have a lazy Sunday. Lazy Sunday. Very much so. So yeah. Let's see here. Oh. At 39. Yeah, we managed to bust out 100 Pokemon yesterday. And then 2 people sat there and showered me with shinies. I think they were aiming to break the streamer, honestly. Because I was like, my brain was like, flatline. So. It was like they were playing Make It Rain with shinies, and I'm going, oh my god. just. It was like it almost became a competition at the end, and I'm like, you guys, no more. You're gonna make me cry. But it was pretty awesome. And keep at it. Trust me, it's a long haul. It is a very, very long haul. I have 999 quick balls, so I might go for it. Well, if you have a decent enough team, how I got up so quickly was, actually what I'm doing right now. I just kept doing Dynamax adventures after Dynamax adventures, and, when I'd fail, I'd take one of the Pokemon with me, and it filled out all of them, but it created a problem that I didn't foresee, which was I got all of the evolutions of these Pokemon, and then I had to spend most of the day yesterday getting the evolutions prior. Like things like Litwick and stuff like that. I realized there is a very big what I recommend doing is, if you're still in the earlier areas, go through the earlier areas and just start catching them all. If you don't see the little Pokeball symbol, just run. Save so much. I have my legendary shiny. Well, that works. You have your legend. Then how is your Pokedex at 39? If you have your legendary shinies, or is it all legendary shinies? I would ask how that works. I'm not going to pry. I'm confused. I just ran through this. That's it. Started. Yeah, you could do that. Oh, did I die? Eh. The cheer echoed feebly around the arena. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Substitute faded. I got the elf from Giratina and Xerneas. Yeah, I actually had almost a heart attack. I thought I had, because I'm so used to Xerneas' active form, that I honestly thought I had a shiny Xerneas. I was like, it's a completely different color. What the crap is this? What is this? So I actually went on Cerebi and I'm like, what is this? And they're like, no, this is its neutral form. Oh. So I redid it. I was like, no, you can go. Totally deceived me. Much sad. Masculine, headed underwater. Pepper voice. Or Pokeball. Beep. Oh yeah, we streamed for 11 hours yesterday. I was just blown away how much we streamed yesterday. Thank you guys for being there. So glad you got... How do I get the shield dog? I'm on sword. You have to trade with somebody. You see, my husband plays Pokemon Shield. And, we trade between the two of us. So, that's how we managed to do it. Did I just run into a Tentacruel? I played Who's That Pokemon for way too long. Years and years of Who's That Pokemon? And see what they are when they're in the shadows, just by looking at them. I was like, as I was entering into the battle, I realized it had said poison, and I was like, poison water. Did I just see a Tentacruel? Max overgrowth. Oh. At least it's effective. You get the shield dog by trading. My hubs traded his over to me, and we traded it back so that I could get it and fill the Pokedex and have the shiny charm. So I could start doing shiny Dynamax adventure. Not to jump on the train, but you know. After people literally just showered me in shinies yesterday, I was like, okay. We're gonna, we're definitely gonna, I don't even know what to say. We're definitely gonna get in on this shininess, that's for sure. This seems like fun. So, I had so much fun yesterday. Thanks to, Dulio and, well, 18 brought the raid, and then Dulio and Lomaine brought me all the shinies, and my hubs helped me along with those to finish the Pokedex so I could get the shiny charm. Yeah, my husband just got his first shiny ever, and it was without the shiny charm or anything. He got a shiny Carkle wandering around. It was like, WTF? Like, I don't even have the shiny charm. He was so excited, though. And they did not leave the hubs out yesterday. They gave the hubs some shinies, and he was like, ooh, piece of candy. He was actually really, really excited. He's asleep. Gotta drink something. If I like it, just hurting me to. I know you guys like me playing Pokemon, but I might switch to another game later. I don't know yet what. I have a ton of games. The ones I have set up for, any of the Zelda games, I have a Zelda frame. Any of the Pokemon games, obviously. Minecraft, Persona 5, my PS4, so any of the 150 games I have on the PS4, specifically the Final Fantasy VII Remake and Persona 5. I still gotta pick up a copy of Rune Factory 4 for the Switch, so I can play that. I can also play Earthbound, any of the Danganronpa games, Tales of Exilia, World of Warcraft, Stardew Valley, Smash Brothers Melee. I plan on doing that one again, that was fun. Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 13. I have 13 for the PC, so I can stream that directly. Luigi's Mansion, Psychedelica, The Black Butterfly, and Ashen Hawk, 7 Scarlet, and Amnesia Memories. I have probably sitting right now on my to-do list over 500 games. Including, okay, let's just mention one from every console. A Link to the Past, Sonic the Hedgehog. What would the next one be? Chrono Trigger. Oh no, that's Super Nintendo. Well, actually, it could be. How about we just say Chrono Cross instead? That's PS1. PS2 would be the Dot Hack collection, which I have all of. Dot Hack. And PS3 would be Tales of Exilia. PS4 would be. Take your pick. I don't know. I could play about every game except for I haven't played. Well, I've played some NES games, but like Atari and stuff like that, I don't really play. There is a game that I got not that long ago. Oh, look at the heat ran. But it's called Lords of Magic. It's a strategy game back from when I was really young. Alright. But, yeah. Had a lot of games, stuff like that. Shiny Giratina on the first Dynamax, though. Man, that's awesome. Like, seriously. Right. By the way, been an hour? No, it hasn't been an hour yet. Okay, so I don't have to do that. I don't think we've hit the final boss yet. Chill. The heat. Good at the okay. Super effective. Lava flow. Oh yeah. This is reached the end. I wasn't even. Okay, apparently I can't lean back and talk, or it cuts out my microphone. I've been paying attention to my microphone and stuff more. That is mean. And we are blown out of the cave. Wow. We were not prepared. Oh, let's go with the Pentacruel. I don't want the mushroom. Next. No, we don't want to give it. Go to the box. Alright, let's give it another shot. More Dynamax adventure. Definitely. Now saving your adventure. Ta-da! Can almost say. Pete ran. Nah. I like them being random. Don't ask me why, but I like being surprised by what it is at the end. It's like discovering something new every time. It's like the ultimate who's that Pokemon at the end. He looks cool. One left. I go by types. I was one of those people that studied the type maps and stuff like that for years. Uh-oh. There's a bunch of fire types, so I'm not too worried. This dude is cool. This. Prodont. Don't think he's from the Polar region. Like Rock. I don't remember him. Yeah, 400 I had to get. Maybe it's just been that long. Would get my book, but I was like, I completed the 400. I can't believe they moved the office to fuck. I understand it. I mean, like, I have almost all my favorite shows in one place now, but I don't want to be spending money on both. Basically, the only thing I wouldn't be spending money on Netflix for is gonna be Stranger Things, so it's like one of those. Oh, this sucks. Because then I, get stuck paying more money. And then Netflix this past month increased their thing by like $2, and I'm like, why do I want to pay almost 20 bucks a month for this subscription when I can go to Peacock and spend 10, get everything I want to watch, including the Harry Potter movies, which apparently come out next month, so, or at the end of this month. I watch a lot of TV. Like, you guys probably can't tell right now, but I literally am one. Count this 4. I have my tablet right there. Screen this, and my tablet is half a. Anyway, this is not a movie right now. I'm watching The Office, but at the same time, I'm talking to you guys and playing the game. At the same time, I'm paying attention to everything and making sure everything's staying working. I like multiple things occupying my mind at once. May not be very healthy because of my MS and unable to leave my house. Stuff like that, but hey, on the bright side, up here is still pretty functional. That's what I'm focused on. Occupying my mind more than my body. Mind you, when I go offline, I'm still doing exercises, stuff like that, even though I shouldn't. Like, I have some weird ass stuff, dude. Like, I have something called dermatographism. I mentioned this yesterday. For those of you who don't know what dermatographism is, they're pressure hives. I bump into something, I get a cut or stuff like that. I swell up. I have an allergic reaction. Which is a little ridiculous if you think about it. I mean, like, every time I go to change the litter box and I'm just leaning on the lid, it cuts up my arm and I swell up, and I'm going like, I wasn't even doing anything. Stuff like that makes me feel like I'm dainty now, and I'm like, I ain't no dainty chick. Are you kidding me? I'm not fragile. I'm not used to being fragile. I'm used to going a million miles a minute in one direction. You know? While being a video gamer, being able to put them down and go out into the world and have fun and come home and play more video games. But it's okay. And it's just another fact of life, you know? I always try to think at least these things. I woke up today. Still alive. And there are ways to not only treat my pain, but keep me going. Might not be a cure today, but I can always look forward to tomorrow. As long as you keep, you know, things aren't so bad. But yeah. God, you guys, I'm so tired today. Might just be some lethargy from sleeping in a bit. I'm gonna keep going though, that's for sure. We're almost at the 1 hour mark. At the end of this, you mine. Like, I like this dude. I'm taking him to go fight. For those of you new to my stream, because it's now the hour mark, hi. I'm known as the Silver Moon Chick. Call me Aki, Silver, whatever. I don't really care. Just don't call me late for dinner. my husband's joke. I repeat it over and over again because he finds it hilarious. But, yeah. I'm pretty chill, kicked back. Reason I'm streaming is to advocate awareness for autism and MS, proving that just because you have autism doesn't mean you're a monster. And MS is one of those diseases that you don't have to be old to get. Two common misconceptions, also with me having autism and being female. A lot of people are like, when I was growing up, and said girls didn't have autism. The rate in autistic girls is low. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that we still exist and people ignore us. And quite frankly, I got sick of it. So that's why I'm here, is to show people we're not monsters, we're people too. And to change people's perspectives. Like, just because I have disabilities, I'm not worthless. You know, a lot of people think I'm worthless, but no, my skills are just in a different, you know, area. Just doing exactly what I'm doing right now. You know? So, if you've ever had, like, people judge you for who you are or anything like that, I feel for you. If you wanted to be different and you were forced into what everybody else wanted you to be, I feel for you. It's people like you that I'm doing this for, is you don't have to be what everybody else wants you to be. Be yourself. You guys have one life to live. One. Why waste it? Why waste time you have being what everybody else wants to be? I mean, it's just like me with my viewers. I'll get some viewers and I'll have some people leave. The way I think of it is, I'm not what they need right now. They don't need to hear what I have to say. They don't want to. Not ready to. Whatever that case may be, I wish them well, and maybe one day they'll come back. They'll hear what I have to say and they'll spread that to others. Want to change what people think. Should be considered mainstream, you know? People to start believing in themselves again. Knowing that they can do this, because the biggest thing going around right now is an insane depression. I just can't even, you know. People get so depressed. And I'm sitting there looking at them going, I'm sorry? Oh wait, Dig won't be effective on Ironhead. But, yeah. I'm here to advocate for change. I think we'd all get along a lot easier if all of us would stop growing misconceptions and things like that and judging people based on what we look, our disabilities, the way we think, things like that, our beliefs. Who cares? We all bleed the same way. So what if Joe wants to marry Frank? Who cares? Who cares if, you know, what is another controversial issue that people freak out about when you mention? Oh, so what if this Republican's white daughter is dating this Democratic black boy? Who cares? None of it matters. Who cares? Everybody in life is struggling to live. Because we all die too soon. And nobody wants to think about that. Everybody wants to say happy-go-lucky all the time. And I try to. But at the same time, I'll be real with you guys. Life is hard. So why do we make it so much harder judging everybody else instead of living our lives? Working together with what is our strengths instead of pointing out all of our weaknesses. Everybody has weaknesses. To err is human. Well, to err is to be human. Means to make mistakes is to be human. We all make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. Instead of sitting there doing hateful things and plotting this or causing this drama, we should be thinking about ways we can help our community, help people grow. Advocate for change, or, you know, things are never gonna change. We're just gonna stagnate and rot. That's what happens when you stop moving forward, start stagnating and rotting. And that doesn't do anything. That doesn't change the world. No! You... Latios! Why? I got smacked down by the Latios. But yeah, that's my message. That's what I'm all about. Sorry for the lecture if some of you think that I'm lecturing. I'm not. I'm saying all of this so I don't have to say it later. I try to say it once during my stream so everybody knows what I'm about. Why I'm here, because that's one of the basic questions people go, well, if you got all these disabilities, why are you here? Here so something changes. Because if people like me don't start standing up and speaking up, nothing's going to change. Just gonna keep doing the same things over again. Does anybody know what the definition of true insanity is? Repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And they call me crazy. Ah. That's why I'm here. After I finally got over the fact that, you know, for years everybody called me batshit crazy, I'm sitting there going, you know, some people actually like my brand of crazy. Because I don't think inside the box. I think outside the box. I think, what can I do to make things better moving forward? How can I affect people in such a way that not only can I do something that I love and that other people love, but, you know, how would you put it? Be somebody worth watching. Honey! Sorry. Blaziken was like my fave growing up. Blaziken had my tail more than once, dude. Happy! And yes, I named my Blaziken Honey. Because his fur looks like honey. The color of honey. I was young, okay? But I didn't really think about it when I said that. Yes, I did something, you know, silly. But, you know, that's what I do. I used to name my Blaziken Honey, I'm not even kidding, because they always looked more yellow on my screen for some reason. It reminded me of honey. They were so squishy. How cute. Blaziken. Literally, I'm just like, throw a Pokeball. Would you like to leave? Yes, I would. Max Phantasm. Doom. No, Marowak. Blaziken. Drapion fainted. Back to the Pokemons. And it looks like a quiet moment and nobody's been talking. I want to swap Pokemon. I'm going to turn off my camera for a moment. Don't worry, I'm still going to be playing, obviously. Oh, water. No. Marowak. Cool. I did not. True. But that is okay. I've got to turn off my camera for just a moment. I have to shut my window. I gotta stretch. Hold on. God. We're back. Alright. I gotta get something to drink in a moment too. God. Swampert is confused. Knew it was gonna happen when I went up against a water type, but I figured why not. Get a decent water type for one of my, like, someone needs to replace that Drapion. Okay. My G Fuel is arriving late, so I didn't get it, so I've been drinking sodas. Still making me sick, so. But can't be like half falling asleep on my stream either. So I'm just waiting for that G Fuel to show up. Move my coffee out of the way. Get it later. For those of you who don't know, I have just about every game I can think of out there, except I don't have a Wiimote right now. How are we getting wrecked by Musharna? My Blaziken getting wrecked? Sorry about that. I thought these guys had it. Means we can't faint in the upcoming battle. Probably not gonna happen, but if it's one that, you know, I typically don't die on these. So I'm like, what? Okay, I'll start making better choices. My head hurts. I'll probably stream for like 2, maybe 3 hours, and then rest for a little while, and then come back to it, like I did yesterday, because I don't want to be sick on stream. That's the last thing I want, and the way my head's feeling, I feel like I might get sick. So. I'm hoping not, though. I know I started really early today, but kind of like my, well, I said I was gonna do this. Stream some Dynamax. Okay. I try to be a person of my word. I don't know. Berries. Yep, we have 1 life left. 1 heart. Ba-doop. Like the Legend of Zelda right there. Not shiny Xerneas. Oh man. And there it is. Oh, shinies. Gonna take that Blaziken. Taking the Blaziken. I really need to get my desk in chair. This will make this so much easier. Then I can just... Night of Queen. I don't do this because I'm like offended or that like being guarded. I'm really doing this. Hold myself to keep. What I mean by people have common misconceptions about how some people are supposed to work, and I'm like, doing this allows me to tighten around my chest, stretch in my own way, roll my shoulders, roll my neck, relax, focus on being defensive. That was being defensive. No, I do it. When I get in a lot of pain. Well, there's too much pain after a while when it's tired. Fatigue is one of those things with MS that and I'm trying desperately to fight it, that's for sure. Yeah, I think I might stream for another 30 minutes and then turn this off and rest for a little bit so I can come back later. If I don't, I feel like my body's probably gonna take it out on me. And what I mean by take it out on me, I mean like knock me out for several hours. Unless I rest. I did do an 11-hour yesterday. I think that was pretty good. And I like cutting them down to, you know, shorter ones anyway because it boosts my, oh, what is it called? My viewer rating, I think. My average viewers. Because I already have 65 hours and for some reason my viewer rating is still a 1, so I'm trying to get that up. But I will be back. It's not like I'm not going to be back today. Trust me. I'm having too much fun. I think I'll finish this Dynamax raid, that's for sure. And go rest for a little bit. For those of you who don't know, I have seizures. So when I can feel my seizures before they happen, and I can feel one coming on. I don't want to have a seizure on my stream. But I'm pretty sure I can finish this because I'm just now starting to feel the pressure rise in my head. So I'm trying to, that's why I'm now kind of focusing on getting this done. Yeah, living with health issues sucks. Like, it makes stuff like this really, really hard. So I'm gonna try my best. Also, I'm going to be oh right, I can't do that until I actually hit affiliate. There's so many things that I wish I could do to make things easier, like post my Discord and stuff like that. I do have a Discord. It is located roasty toasty. I'm good without that. See here. Copy. Oh well. I was trying to go to the other one, but okay. That is my Discord, for those of you who use Discord and wish to join. I will be getting it up on my page and stuff like that. I do get on there frequently. Go with the max guard. So yeah. I think I'm gonna finish this Dynamax. I hate this. Having to fight what you are sucks. But yeah, I will be coming back, that's for sure. I'll finish this Dynamax. Hopefully we win this one. Would be a good moment. Get there. Sunsport. Yes. Thank you. Not very effective, but oh well. Like Queen's got it. Woohoo! Do 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 do. All right. Want to swap Pokemon? He seems like fun, right? Dragon. A Vanillish. What's the goal for today? Well, we completed the goal yesterday, Theros. We completed the Pokedex, so now we're just relaxing and doing some Dynamax adventures. I'm probably gonna take a break after this Dynamax because I'm starting to feel a little bit sick. I don't want that on stream, you know. But I will definitely be back. I just need to rest for a little bit. And yeah. Haven't really had a goal for today besides catch a shiny in a Dynamax adventure. Our first shiny. Our first shiny. Catch our first shiny. No. On here. But yeah. Haven't been doing a whole lot. Yeah. Like I said a little while ago, I'm starting to feel, I get these feelings when I'm seizure prone. So I'm sitting here going, might be a good idea for me to rest for a little bit so I don't pay for it later. But I will definitely be back, either playing Pokemon or something, you know. I have hundreds of games to play, so I'll find one of them if I don't play Pokemon. Like, what do I do besides hunt shinies now? But I appreciate you coming back. Really, I do. You know, I was like... Well, I try to do this as much as I can because of, you know, like, what I'm advocating and stuff. But at the same time, I know better than to push myself too hard, because if I push myself too hard, there is some serious consequences afterwards, and I'm like, I'd rather avoid those, and I think everybody else would rather me not be stuck in bed for a week. Hey, it's a Kyurem! Well, he's so pretty. Kyurem's pressure. Dynamax. And... yeah, Dynamax. Yeah, there we go. But yeah. I'm doing the best that I can. Right? I've had 2 Xerxes in a row. And I caught the first one and I thought it was a shiny, and then I realized there's something off about this, so I looked it up and it was its neutral form. I almost took a non-shiny Xerxes. And I was like, nope. Couldn't believe the hubs was right though, that they lock you out of, you know, when you catch a certain Pokemon. You know, I figured to give you more than one shot to, you know, or own more than one legendary in the Dynamax adventures, but apparently they lock you out unless, you know, you go to somebody else's raid. So some of them I'll have to go looking for with other people, but probably the hubs. The hubs will be like, hey, come join me on this. And then if it's the one that I want, I'll be like, no, not a shiny. I'll play catch and release program. Hey, it's like fishing in Alaska. Not kidding. That's exactly how it is fishing in Alaska. Unless it's one that you want, you put it back. There's a lot that you put back. Quite a few of them, though. Like, I've caught a silver that was this friggin' long. It was like that friggin' thick. It was a mean bugger, dude. Oh my god. That fish could fight. Yes, I fish. Born and raised in Alaska. I lived in Cordova for the first 6 years of my life, which is a little village off the coast. Oh, it's not a village so much anymore. It's kind of like a tiny little fishing town. I grew up there. And then we moved to Anchorage when I was little. And from Anchorage to the Matanuska Valley, which is where I'm currently residing. However, in the next few months, we will be moving far north to where I was born, Fairbanks. Born and raised in Alaska, though. My home. I'm also... Well, if you don't count my native heritage, I am 5th generation Alaskan. Count my... if you count my native heritage, then I'm like natural born Alaskan. Don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare! At the last second. Alright, let's check these guys out. Lazzle, Vanillish. We didn't get any, but... Okay. Not a bad Night of Queen. Don't really want any of them. Alright, I'll do one more, guys, before I head off. My head's starting to subside, so it might be that I drank some soda or something, but definitely not as droopy tired as I was and feeling pressure in my head, so I think I can keep going. Yeah, we're gonna save that Kyurem and come back to it. But I think I have one more in me. I know I'm like pressing boundaries with even with myself. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I can do this, you know. Not that much. One more. Anything is fine. We'll do another random. Go take a look. I like that Cryogonal. Oh, thank goodness somebody took the Aurorus with us. I was worrying about that. Oh, my back. I'm really craving some Zelda. That's Cryogonal. Jinx. Glalie. What do we have at the end? Steel? Let's go this way. So this is a Jinx. Like I said, too many years of playing Who's That Pokemon. I don't know why, but this is like the one Pokemon that's always weirded me out, besides Mr. Mime. These two, Mr. Mime and Jinx. I think somebody one day made a reference to Jinx looking like Nicki Minaj, something like that. But the comparison was uncanny, and I lost it. I was like, what? No, Jinx is like the wife of it. I wouldn't say that about Nicki. No. But Jinx is definitely the wife of it. That's what I've always thought. Pennywise. I always called that movie It because it was a horror movie that I watched when I was a little kid, and it stuck in my... Okay, you want to hear something funny? I spent like 3 years afraid of the toilet because of that movie when I was a kid. Not even kidding. My parents had to coax me onto the toilet because I thought something was going to reach up and grab me. For those of you who have seen the movie where he resides, will understand my line of thinking. At the same time, it didn't occur to me about it being a movie because I was a kid. Nevertheless, I was afraid of a toilet for a couple of years because I thought a hand was going to reach out and grab me. Things we do as children, right? Like, yeah, I was afraid of the dark, but I was more afraid of that toilet. Like, I had my issues growing up. That's kind of how I understand my kid. He likes turning all of our lights on, and my husband gets so frustrated. Like, why is that? And I'm like, afraid of the dark. What? Why is he afraid of the dark? Just afraid of the dark. He can't see what's around him, which makes him not feel secure in himself, so afraid of the dark. He likes the light on, so he can see everything going on around him. Funny thing is people would think that's born out of trauma, and I'm sitting there going, no. How we are. When you have an analytical mind, you want to make sure that everything is safe when you go to sleep so that you can sleep a restful sleep. Go to bed with that peace of mind that, hey, I'm safe. When you have the light on, you can confirm that everything around you is indeed safe, and you will be fine. Logical in my eyes. Auroras. For the kill. Go to that Pokeball. The dink. Whee! Yeah, I spent like an hour, 2 hours trying to figure out what the best look for my Pokemon character would be. And then I realized, after like tinkering around with it, going, hey, that looks cool. I looked in the mirror. Went, a lot like me. Yes, that way. Lily! Actually, hilariously enough, Trigonal is who I use in Pokemon Go too. Just blast through everything. Reflect. I've learned that my head's done point is when I start having... Oops, didn't mean to smack you guys. I'll start... Yeah, there it goes. I start having sharp pains in the front of my head. And I realize that I'm getting... It's like it builds up like pressure does. How would I put it? You know how steam rises, how a kettle works, right? It whistles after it builds up enough pressure from the steam. What it feels like it's doing in my head. All that pressure builds up and then that pressure has to go. Makes you hard to think or anything else, and then during my seizure my brain just goes completely blank. It just kind of takes over. Then afterwards you're just kind of there and you're like, ah, I had a seizure, didn't I? That's what my doctors say. That's what an aura is before my seizure. Me feeling it. And it's not like I've had seizures forever. I've had seizures only the past couple of years. And at first I didn't even realize they were seizures. I just thought, you know, I was randomly passing out and having headaches, severe headaches. But once I talked about it with my doctor, I started recognizing things and what they were and how to deal with it. That should be alright. Awesome. But yeah, I'm learning to live with it. It's like, I figure it's like learning to deal with any disability, you know, physical or non-physical. I mean, I have PTSD, so when I look at soldiers that have come back from war, I'm like, do you guys understand how important it is that you get them in a specific kind of structure for at least the first couple of years of their life when they come back from war? Mental trauma, the auditory trauma, like, they have to relearn how to basically exist. Spot. That's why I'm like, and part of the reason I'm here, I'm like advocating as much as I can for people with differences. It's not easy. I can't tell you how many friends I've lost to it. High five! And no, I'm not meaning that like smart-assly. I'm meaning that literally high five. Exactly. It's like I tell my family all the time. Because they always try to put me in that cookie cutter box, you know? When you know one person with autism, you know one person with autism. Like Albert Einstein said, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, then it'll spend its entire life thinking that it's stupid. That's basically how we are. Everybody expects us to fit into the cookie cutter box, and it doesn't work for us. The box doesn't exist. So when we try and wrap our heads around it, it's not only frustrating, but, you know, depressing. And we spend our entire lives thinking that, you know, just because we're different, that we're worthless. Nobody deserves to feel worthless. That's why I'm here, advocating for people, you know, like us, so that, my kid doesn't have to grow up in the same kind of world we did. It was hard for me because, you know, they diagnosed me with everything under the sun. Schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and they'd give me all these medications and I'd only get worse. And now that I think back on it, it's like, you were giving an autistic girl antipsychotics. Of course I was gonna trip balls all the time, okay? That's what basically happened. I spent most of my life drugged out of my mind. And it was not fun. Like, was not fun. And that's part of the reason I'm advocating so heavily for people like me and you. Because things gotta change when it comes to how people treat autism. We're not monsters, it's just different operating system, like I said yesterday. You've got typical people which run off of Microsoft, that's, you know, common OS. We kind of run off of Apple. We think different, which ironically is Apple's, you know, thing. It's not a linear progression of high to low functioning, so from a non... It's a spectrum. Like this. Did you know that if it wasn't for the fact that we had the ground, when a rainbow, we get that rainbow spectrum, it would do a complete circle? Now think of that as the autism spectrum. We are literally a gigantic spectrum of people of all different sorts. But the one thing we have in, well, the three things we have in common. A, we're human beings. B, we think differently. And C, we're never gonna be like everybody else. Everybody else that expects us to be, you know, like, one way. That's not who we are. I guess you could call us... I don't know. We're kind of like the genetic rebels. In a way. Even the very genes that, you know, go through our bodies rebelled against everything we are. To become something I think is more. Gravity intensified. Alfie can Dynamax now. Yeah, I'll go. Fun fact, guys. As in a normal combat. And we're down. Damn. More than a normal combat. You know, I find that actually... It seems like people with autism, they have different genetic variations too. Like, physically and stuff. Like for you, you see more than a normal color spectrum. Physically, I have heterochromia. My eyes change color depending on my mood. No, I'm not kidding. My dad's changed depending on what he wears. So, I think we all have, different genetic abnormalities when we carry the same gene. But then again, the human genome hasn't even been mapped yet, so all of this is based off of theory, I guess. I really wish people would focus more on the advancement of science than the advancement of war. I think that's the only way we're going to survive, is if we advance science, you know? Some have yeah, see, sound is colors. Synthesia. I have a... You'll understand this when I say this. I have hypersensitive hearing. I can hear things that normal people can't. It's also very annoying at times. There are some things you do not want to hear. I also have a... savant syndrome. Because of my edit. They labeled me with savant syndrome because I have not only a high IQ but eidetic memory. So it's not really eidetic memory, it's more like photographic memory. My mind records things like videos. I can't hear anything, but don't forget pictures and things like that. My mind records it as a video. I don't typically forget. When I do now, it's like I consider it like my seizures probably. I just sum it up to that. It's like when I have like a glitch in the system, I'm like, that was probably from, you know, that's what I consider a seizure. And if you really think about it, that's what a seizure is an electrical, like, misfire in the brain. Like a whole bunch of them. That's how I look at it. It's like, I had a power surge. my brain just went on the fritz. Bzzzt. And it, made some of the sectors in my memory drive basically go inert. Right? There are some things some people say that, though, that are not good. Like, when I was younger, some of the stuff that I had happened to me. Certain family members say things, which is part of the reason I cut them out of my life. People think intelligence is great. People think being intelligent is great. It is not. How would I put this without offending anybody? Trying to be as polite as I can. Being super smart is a blessing and a curse. When you're super smart, you overthink things. You do a lot of things typically people wouldn't do, yeah, but at the same time, you're so filled with anxiety about every choice that you make, everything that you say. What the possible outcomes of all those different things can be, and at the same time, you have to make those immediate choices, and that causes me a great deal of anxiety because my mind moves way faster than my mouth does. So I literally have to pick and choose every line and stay on that one line of thinking, and if I try to move past that, it gets confusing, and then trying to pick out exactly what I'm going to say and how I'm going to say it requires me to slow everything down and process it. That's why I can do, you know, everything that I do, but at the same time I'm like, oh, I get overwhelmed, and trying to push myself to communicate at the same level that my brain is thinking is not only challenging and difficult, but overwhelming in and of itself. On top of everything else I have to deal with. And that's why most of the time I just kind of try to stay relaxed and just kind of go with the flow and just talk. Because if I try to overthink things instead of just going with the flow, then I get bombarded and my brain typically has its own like little meltdown. We're gonna do one more of these because I'm also enjoying talking to you, Theros. I know I probably shouldn't, but my husband's now keeping an eye on me because our little one feels like 1 million team ball. Right! Oh my god, dude. They're like, in living through like the earthquakes that we have up here in Alaska, literally, I was that meme of trying to slow everything down for months afterwards to relax myself, right? And my brain goes, was that an earthquake? Pop back awake. A million scary thoughts go through my head. Oh, I'm awake for the next 4 hours. Like, people think that, being like this is easy. I can't explain how difficult it is. I can tell you I'm always tired. But once you get comfortable with being tired all the time, sure, it's difficult. But if you think about how, you know, things will improve, meltdown is like forcing the... Yeah. My little one melts down a lot. He's autistic too. That's why I kind of tell people that my meltdowns, they don't happen too often anymore as I've gotten older, but I've also learned more. Seems like the more I try and control it, the worse I get every time. But I also learned a long time ago how to separate myself before I melt down from people. Or melt down in front of people. Like being 32 and still having, you know, a lot of the issues I grew up with. Yeah, I can control them easier. Yeah, I can help my son with his stuff too and the way he is. But at the same time, there is that autistic part of me that collapses. No different than most of my life. And controlling that, you know. I've had 3. My first 2 I gave up. My first one had severe autism, and when I had him, as he got older, he started having violent tendencies towards himself. And for any parent, that's hard to go through. Being like him and watching him do that to himself broke me. Oh, the sappiness again, Mr. Mio. Anyway, I'm taking a picture. Yeah, it hurt to watch. And my second son, his grandmother took him because his dad basically, I guess you could say, went poop. And as far as I know, ran off with another chick. He dropped me and yeah. My second son also had cerebral palsy, but he's doing good. He knows he has a little brother, and my ex's mom has been very understanding. But my first son I gave to a group home, got adopted out. He's now 13, and he windsurfs. Want to talk about a badass kid with autism? Dude, he windsurfs, okay? That's like... And his mom still talks to me and has me on Facebook. So. When I considered giving up my kids to their family member adoption, I considered this. And it's one of the things I talked about. I didn't lose a kid. I put them in the best possible situation for them to be taken care of. And the only thing I did was A, make sure they were stable, B, make sure they were taken care of, but C, the only thing they gained was more family. It's not. So many people think that parenthood is about themselves. They say, no, it's all about the kids. Really? I've seen so many people that put themselves before their kids. When it boils down to it, what's important is our kids. And sometimes the best thing for our children is not us. And I was willing to admit that at the time. I was not good at them. Now I'm trying to become somebody who is good enough for them. I'm working on it every day. I'm here. Might not be able to do a whole lot, but I can certainly change people's minds about people like us. There's tons of great and amazing people in the spectrum. Heck yes, there are. You're one of them. I mean, you're sitting here and you're talking to me. Bell. Well, let's go with the wise glasses. But, my little dude is one of them. I'm not even kidding. I find it also hilarious that so many people say that autistic people aren't affectionate affectionate and stuff like that. There is nobody I know on this earth that will cuddle with me more than my autistic kids would. My little boy cuddle with me for hours and hours and hours. Literally, I was messing with my Rubik's Cube earlier. Yes, I have a... I like making little designs on it when I'm thinking. Not just solving the problem. But I was messing with the Rubik's Cube earlier in the living room, and my son came and sat down in my lap and cuddled with me while I messed with the Rubik's Cube. For like 2 hours. A, it's pretty funny that I'd sit there and mess with a Rubik's Cube for 2 hours. And I know it. But B, it's the fact my autistic boy came and cuddled with me for... People think that social enough to be a... My speed time is 33 seconds. Oh, apparently I died. I definitely gotta say, Theros, you're a breath of fresh air to me. Nice to find other people on the spectrum. I'm glad that you get what I'm saying, too. Like... I grew up in that generation that, you'll understand this when I'm saying, I think, girls didn't have autism. Only boys have autism. You know how many girls I know have gone undiagnosed for most of their lives, and then when they became an adult, they've had so many problems just like I did. It's like I tell people all the time, and I told my son's teacher, yeah, everybody seems to forget, autistic kids grow up to be autistic adults. Our autism just doesn't go poof and disappear. Not enough support for people like us. Okay, with this speaker. 5 years. Cool. Yeah, I got diagnosed when I was... Let's see. 25, 26? After years and years and years of them... saying it was... First they said it was schizoaffective disorder. No. First they said it was bipolar. Then they said it was bipolar and ADHD. Then they said it was schizoaffective disorder with bipolar. Then they said it was schizoaffective disorder. Then they said it was borderline schizophrenia. Then they said it was bipolar schizophrenia. And then it was bipolar schizophrenia and ADHD. Then they said it was ADHD, OCD, ODD, and a bunch of others, and PTSD. And it's just been... They diagnosed me with everything under the sun but autism. And it was because my dad kept asking, well, why don't you test her for autism? Why don't you test her for autism? Well, she's a girl. Girls don't have autism. I heard it repeatedly throughout my childhood. And then I finally found a neuropsychologist that specialized in pediatric psychology. And... me not so much. He literally read through my childhood paperwork, because I still had all of that. read through all of my childhood paperwork, and then did a bunch of autism questionnaires and stuff like that. I answered honestly, and then he did a bunch of like flashcard tests and things like that. And I was diagnosed with high-functioning autism with savant syndrome. And then I have severe generalized anxiety disorder, severe PTSD with night terrors and primary insomnia. I don't sleep very well. I've started to stim more as I've gotten older. Like you'll see me sit here and mess with my hands or hand clap when I get really excited. I mean, but that's just me becoming more comfortable with myself. I used to control it by like grabbing my legs or holding myself or sitting there holding my arms. Like when I was younger, I used to also wear headphones all the time to try and deal with people just because of my hypersensitive hearing. I mean, it was easier. People would honestly think that I was ignoring them because I had headphones on, when it wasn't the case at all. I was literally, aspects of... Yeah, I've got severe PTSD. I've been through way too much trauma in my life, and I know it. Yeah, I grew up in some very, very messed up situations. I had some good moments with my dad's family, but most of it, yeah. Sometimes I'll go into like, before I have a seizure, I'll go into a rage and I'll start talking about things from my past because it'll start flashing in my head. And then I'll go into a seizure and be like, you need to breathe. You're gonna have a heart attack. It's part of the reason I stay so calm now, is because I also got told, with how I don't remember exactly how they explained it, but they said basically I have postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. When I stand up, my heart rate goes to the roof, and they said it's a side effect of adrenal burnout. I'm so used to being in fight or flight mode that my adrenaline system basically was running 24/7. And because of that, if I get too excited, my heart rate and everything will skyrocket and go out of control, like borderline heart attack and stuff like that. And then when it drops, it's like my heart practically stops and stuff. It's dangerous. So I have to stay calm and mellow and stuff like that. It's so dumb because I'm used to being like, wah type of person, and then having to like contain everything that I am. It's taken a lot. Took a lot of dieting, changing the way I do things, changing the way I think about things, a lot of USA inner peace, you know what I mean? Like, gotta do a lot. Goose Brabba. Yes. Moved a butterfly. You get calm? Yeah. Mine skyrockets for some reason now. It became I was made aware of it when I was actually pregnant with my son. The nurses came running in because I set all the alarms off because I was getting upset while pregnant, because I was already in the hospital for spotting and stuff like that, and I thought I was going to lose my kid. And my heart rate went through the roof because I was having a stressful phone call. And the nurse came in and told me, if you don't get her off of that phone, I'm getting her off of that phone, because she pointed to the screen, she's like, she's about to have a heart attack if she doesn't calm down. So, after that, my husband became, very paranoid, I guess you could say, about my health. And he kind of watches over me all the time now, like he's doing right now.
Come again?
My hubby is very protective of me because he knows I've been through a lot. And he always is checking on me to make sure I'm okay. I'm okay. No thanks. You're on edge, but your heart does the opposite. It drops, and that's low too, because if your heart stops, same as it trying to explode. Two opposite ends of that spectrum too. Well, not opposite ends of that spectrum, but you know what I mean. That's on the opposite ends of that. I think my brain is still fried from yesterday. Dulio and Lemaine literally fried my brain by like literally showering me in shinies. And I was sitting there like half dying inside. It was fun though. Like we had a blast. 11 hours of streaming yesterday. But if you want to know what really made me start considering that I was autistic, what gave me the first instinct, besides my ex throwing it in my face as an insult? Jeez. Stays at 40 beats per minute. Wow. Not as good. Oh, I'm sorry, Theros. It happens. If you feel like you're too young to be going through a divorce or anything like that, allow me to say this is my third marriage. I'm 32. My first two I got married to. But that's neither here nor there. It's done and over with. It's my past now. But, you know. Yeah, it happens. But, like I tell a lot of people, would you rather stay in a relationship that you're both miserable in and try and force something that's not going to happen? And possibly, you know, end up pregnant, having kids that'll make both you and your partner happy individually, but you're still miserable together? That's not fair. You know, I've said before, we only have one life to live, so why spend it miserable trying to force something that we know is not going to work? I actually told my ex when I started noticing that, you know, he just wasn't happy in our relationship. I'm like, why are you here? Why are we still together? If you're so miserable, I won't hold it against you if you tell me you want to go. Just tell me flat out you want to go, you know? Don't sit there and BS me like, you know, he did anyway. That, you know, this is what you want. Let me know to begin with. Don't cheat on me. Don't do that kind of stuff. Just let me know. What do I have to fix? What do I have to do? Things like that. Right? I mean, it's one of those things where I'm just like, this is how I am. And most people go, I can't do that. Why? Why can't you do that? I mean, like, it would save so many people so much heartache if they were just upfront and honest in their relationships. Like, I'm upfront and honest with my husband about everything that I do. Everything that I say. Like, I don't hide things from him. I feel absolutely no need to. But, you know, we're happy in our relationship. That's us. I just want the same for everybody, you know? Everybody deserves to be happy. Or at least their own brand of happiness, I guess. Because there are some people that are perfectly content alone. And, you know, I've found that there are other people that'll literally try and force other people in relationships. And I'm like, why do that? If they are really happy alone, if they're truly at peace, which I can understand being happy by yourself. If they're truly at peace with themselves, go ahead and try and push them. Like, I'm one of those people where I'm like, I wasn't looking for my relationship with my husband, it just kind of happened. And, you know, we've kind of made this big family, and we're happy with it. But does that mean we like going out and doing all of the socializing and things like that still? No! This is about as social as I get. This is my version of being social. Besides that, I stay at home and I deal with my medical issues, you know? And I try not to cause drama or anything like that. I'm here to promote positivity. Cheer, cheer, woot, woot, woot. I wasn't calling for you, Fuzzles. My cat was meowing at me. He jumped on the top of the gate. He's getting so chubby now that when he jumps, he'll get stuck for a moment because of his belly and then have to go to the other side. He makes me laugh. Hey, Dad! You have a one that's missing. Yeah. Here's the ironic thing about me and my husband. I didn't want a relationship. I told my friends I didn't want a relationship. I told everybody I was not looking for a relationship. I was happy being single. Okay, so my friend's like, you gotta meet this guy. I don't want to meet anybody. You gotta meet this guy. Kept bugging me, and she's like, he's just like you. I said, there's nobody just like me. She's like, that's funny, because that's exactly what he said. Okay, I gotta know. It piqued my curiosity. I gotta see this person. Room full of people. Instant anxiety, and I'm like, okay. I'm just gonna turn around and leave. And then I saw my husband curled up in a hoodie with the hoodie over his legs in a ball, freaking out because of the people around him, and my heart kind of went just like that meme. And my heart kind of went, oh, there you are, I've been looking for you. And I went, well, shit, there it is. That's literally how it worked. It was like, oh, there he is, and I'm like, fuck. So I started talking to him, and I'm like, I gotta confirm this, you know, maybe I'm just being silly or something like this, and we start talking. He mentions bleach. And then we start talking more in depth and more in depth. And then he walks me home. And then, you know, I just met him and I was uncomfortable. I was like, it's this nice guy walking me home. And he was like, can I get a hug before you go? And I'm like, not sure. And he's like, showed me his tattoo and said, take a chance, roll the dice. And I laughed. And I'm like, you know what? Fine, I'll give you a hug. Gave him a hug and he smelled like home. What I imagine home would smell like anyway. And then when I let him go, it's like, it hurt. Like on a whole different level of hurt that I haven't felt before. So I chased after him. I ran from one end of my town to the other to catch up to him. And when I caught up to him, I told him to stop, and literally the sun had just broken over. It was like one of those, like, straight out of a movie moments. I'm not even kidding. The sun had just risen and was shining light down the road between the both of us. Yeah. This was He asked me if I was stalking him. I laughed. I said, maybe? Would that be such a bad thing? And he's like, no, not at all. We both started laughing from each side of the road. Then he walked up to me and he gave me a hug, and we haven't left each other's side since. That was 5 years ago. My grandparents knew each other a week. They've been married 55 years this year. They say real love doesn't happen nowadays and stuff like that. I beg to differ. Not a minute has gone by that I regret with him. Things have been hard at times. You know, we've gotten through it. You met someone, not a relationship type thing, but more like Eminem. So more like somebody who makes you feel alive. If you know what I mean. For me, it was kind of like that. Somebody who made me more... made me believe in myself, that's for sure. I know I couldn't have gotten this far. I'm sorry. I really am. I'm sorry. It happened. My second husband caused a lot of issues for me, that's for sure. Said all the right things. Said everything I wanted to hear. And when I finally started to believe him, a lie. And yeah. My second husband caused so many, like, I thought my first husband was bad, but my second husband took the cake. He made me believe that he would never do what he did to me. I never thought. It just blindsided me. Now, the husband I have has never made me doubt myself. Never made me doubt that I could do what I'm doing right now, made me ever doubt that I could keep going. When I need him the most, he's always there for me. Seriously? Now that's some entitled crap. Okay, I have to say this. I can't even get on Social Security with my MS and my autism. I just appealed my case with a caseworker and a lawyer now. For her to do that and use your disability to get extensions on her work, that's some manipulative crap right there. No offense. But I hate it when people use our disabilities like that. Like, I've had a family member do that. Okay. Use my disabilities to get sympathy from other people. And then ignore the fact that I have disabilities. So, does that make sense? Being grateful for your disabilities only when it suits them. That should sum up what I'm trying to get at. Hi, my love. Yeah, it's frustrating, trust me. My husband, because he has to be on medication and he has severe bipolar disorder, ADHD, and a couple of other things, he's already been approved for Social Security. Yet, me with my mile-long list of disabilities has not been approved for Social Security. My boys are on it, I'm not. You guys are my boys.
Yeah.
I thought you were a kid and you're not gonna grow up.
I can still be a man.
I'm giving you crap, my love.
Oh, man. Back.
Yeah, I'll use that one. Yeah, that's... You see, my family, part of my family is really encouraging me streaming. They're like, yeah, it suits you. The other part of my family snubs their nose and goes,
That's not true.
Playing video games isn't a job. You're just not working.
damned if I do, damned if I don't, so I just do it anyway. Like, I'm gonna have judgment no matter what I do, so I'm just gonna roll with this. And besides, I have a reason to be here. Like I've said before. I have listed my reasons today of why I am here. Yeah, I'm also looking. I got good at enjoy streaming too. That's awesome. That's what's up. Yeah, I got into streaming because, for a lot of reasons, but also, I love video games. I love playing video games. It's something I'm good at. Might as well. I mean, I figure with like, running used to be one of the things I was really good at. Exercising, you know, stuff like that was things I was good at, but when I got diagnosed with MS, it took like half of what I'm good at away, and I'm like, okay, what am I left with? Now that I can't feel my right side for, you know, drawing and stuff, I can't really hold my pen for long periods of time. What can I still do? Don't you dare, don't you dare! Ooh! Moltres is evil!
Fire Moltres?
Yes, Fire Moltres. Too strong to withstand. No! Liquidation. You guys got this. Let's go. But it's hard with my work schedule. Yeah, I that's why I was like. That's why I said earlier that I take my medication and stuff when I am off. I turn off my camera periodically, so that people that watch me while they're working don't get in trouble with their bosses if they see something. You know what I mean? I heard Fire Vulture. Death to bird. That's for sure. Uh-oh. I gotta kill this redinky dink super quick. Come on, Boltund. Don't fail me now! Oh! Super speedy dog. Beep. Dive, dive, dive. Not dive, but forward dive. Come on. Yes! We got it. We got it. Boom. That's really a good picture. If you've ever watched Fruits Basket, my hub says I'm like Toru. Not even kidding. That's just how I am. Get what it's like. No. Alright, hoping. Dang. Yeah, there's this character called Toru Honda. I feel like Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. But I think like Toru. I really understood Toru's character, even in the books. Sitting there reading constantly about how she would behave and stuff. But now Newt takes the cake. Yeah, I like Newt's commander. If I was to compare myself to a character from Harry Potter, it'd probably be Hermione. Is that about right?
But that would make me the idiot Ron, and I don't think so. I'm not an idiot.
You got the red hair.
I have the red hair, but that does not mean I am an idiot.
I know. Ron is not an idiot, and what does Ron always say to Hermione? Always the tone of surprise when he does something smart.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue right now.
Oh yes, the wonderful tale of my oh so loving little boy who is 41 inches tall at 3 years old. He's almost 4 here in March. He's almost 4 foot tall. That doesn't surprise me any. I loved Fred and George, the Weasley twins. They said Hermione was originally supposed to be with Fred. If that makes you feel any better. No,
I'm not a prankster.
he's laughing. He's like, no, I'm not a prankster. The reason I'm giving him crap is because he has a lot of similarities to Ron.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, let's see. Him storming away and losing his temper and coming back and apologizing.
Shut up. Stop right there. You're done. I love you.
I love you too. It's just some of the things he does, okay? Trust me. And me, I am very much the bookworm that likes to read things a lot. He said Loli wasn't a prankster, he was a rebel.
I'm still, I didn't have that much of a rebellious.
No, he's a lot more passive. I'm like a mixture between Hermione and Luna Lovegood, and I know it. This is Luna Lovegood. I have... It's like her, I have a little bit of Luna's, perceptiveness when it comes to things. Things have a way of returning to you. Though not always in the ways that you expect it. You know? Looking up at her shoes. I think I'm gonna go have some pie. Just take off. just right in between the two. You know? Moaning. Yeah, pretty much. That's a... Ironically enough, my World of Warcraft character's name is Luminessa. I play a Blood Elf Priest. Horde Priest. Loktar Ogar. Oh dude, I actually saw this dude and he gave me the weirdest look. Because he was wearing this giant Horde shirt, right? With the Horde symbol on the front of it. And I was passing him, I went, Loktar Ogard, and he looked at me like I was some weirdo, and I'm like...
Shirt.
Your shirt. Oh, and I'm like... You're telling me you don't know what blood and thunder means? Like I've lectured... I just played D&D. It's one of those things. Loktar Ogar means, if I'm not mistaken, in Orcish, it means blood and thunder, which is like their chant. It's no different than saying for the Horde to me. But I used to play D&D. I used to play second ed. I have first to fourth ed. I have my characters still saved on my computer from the last time I played. But I stopped playing after all the DMs thought it was fun to literally take the character I would create and like twist it into some abomination that I don't want to play. And I'd look at it like, they're like, let's play D&E. Do I have to play with this? Yes, you gotta play with that. But it's gross. You gotta play with that. I'll play it later. And just stopped playing. Played 1.5 Pathfinder. Oh my god. Oh my god, don't get me started on D&D.
Okay.
What?
Can't get
Yeah.
all right. I have one, but I have the church already found.
We can do that later. I was going to, Wow, that's some dedication, man. Wow. I've been sitting here waiting, Okay. Alright guys, I'm gonna be back in a little bit. I started having those sharp pains in my head and I'm starting to do the zone that I do before my seizures set in. So, I'm gonna go offline probably for an hour or so. I hate to do this to you guys, but I'm really starting to feel it. So if you like my channel so far, don't forget I broadcast to 3 platforms, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So on those, I feel you there, Theros. I still have the books. And I mean all of them. The only one I don't have is the Similarian. I promise I'll talk to you about that later. Thank you, Theros, for the follow. I appreciate it so much. Like I was saying, I broadcast to those three platforms: YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So if you're on those, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. If you want. If not, continue to lurk if you wish. I do not mind. Trust me, I understand. But I will be back here in about an hour and a half after I get some rest, and hopefully I avoid my seizure. But thank you guys for being here, and I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.